Tottenham have got their new playmaker, Xavi Simons, done, sealed, announced. Here we go. He's been waiting for a long time. It's been a painful window, a frustrating window, a stressful window, but it's absolutely worth it missing out on Morgan Gibbs White and Eze to get Xavi Simons, his younger version. So stay tuned to the very end and we talk about Xavi Simons, what this deal means, all the latest news in terms of how the deal works, total package, contract, shirt number, etc., as well as give my thoughts on what he can bring to the club. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. No better time to subscribe. So many videos, podcasts and shorts coming out of the channel at the moment, and the growth has been much appreciated, so consider to hammer out the content. So first, the latest news. Fabrizio Romano says that Xavi Simons joins Tottenham on a €60 million fixed fee from RB Leipzig. 5-year deal plus a 2-year option to extend. So he's got, reportedly anyway, and we have to believe that, is a contract till 2030, so 5-year deal with 2-year extension, so 2032. So it's a long-term contract. That's the way the club worded it. We don't release the contract lengths anymore of current or new players. Xavi Simons has spoken about joining Tottenham, saying, "I'm really happy. I can't wait to get going. I've been dreaming of this for a long time. It's a great club, and when I met the head coach, I knew straight away that this was the right place for me. I'll bring flair to the team, but also hard work and discipline. I want to do everything I can to win for the team and also for the fans." Frank has spoken about Xavi Simons since, saying, "I'm really pleased we brought Xavi in. He's a great addition to the squad. He's still young, however he already has good experience and over the past few years has played a lot of games at the top level. Xavi has proven his ability to get goals and assists, both for the number 10 position and left wing. He also has a great eye for his teammates in terms of unlocking defences, and I know he'll come in and be a good part of the team and is already working hard together." And Xavi Simons will wear the number 7 shirt is what he'll take. It's taking it off Heung-min Son. So just a couple of really small stats for you. So Xavi Simons played 78 competitive matches in RB Leipzig kit. And obviously going to Tottenham. He's 22 years of age. He's scored 22 goals and 24 assists for Leipzig in his time at the club. So just a few stats there. He's 22 years of age, remember. So this is a really good signing. I mean, I think it's absolutely worth it. We've got our playmaker. We've got our kind of creator, our gem, if you like, and make no mistake about it, this is a big signing. It's rare for Tottenham, I think, to sign this calibre of player. So as much as I've been critical of the owners and the board, I think this is evidence of potential change, that we're signing someone of the calibre of Xavi Simons. We're not going for players that a little bit older. Prime example is the typical Tottenham kind of recruitment is Bale at the end of his career, or even Perez is just a great example, someone we should have signed 5-10 years earlier. But Xavi Simons in his prime, 22 years of age, or not even in his prime yet, which is the most exciting. And I'm going to be totally honest with you, I'm very still sad and frustrated we missed out on Eze at Gibbs White. I think maybe Eze, we dodged a bullet in terms of he really likes Arsenal, was in the Arsenal academy and is an Arsenal fan even now and was as a boy. So I think we dodged a bullet with that. But Gibbs White in particular, it's frustrating. But we've got Simons, who's a younger version, I would say, and he can play the 10, can play at left wing. We talk about a really versatile player. It's not a case of, he can do a job at left wing. He's class at left wing as well. That's the difference here. We've got a player that can really play well in both positions, and not having a number 10 at the club is an emergency to bring a 10 in. And to be honest with you, I've said it before on the channel, I was really concerned that Tottenham panic buyed and bought the wrong player just purely to get the number in and purely to expand the squad. The only negative thing about this deal is he's not English, so he can't, not homegrown, and we really need English blood in this team in terms of fitting quotas more than anything like in Europe to take the bigger squad, which looks highly unlikely. However, the player is fantastic, and again, I was really worried that when Ange Postecoglou left the club that we'd failed to attract the players, and that has already not proved a problem, because Paulinho spoke about how Frank was a big convincer. Xavi Simons spoke about how he had a phone call with Frank and knew he wanted to come to Tottenham. So, that Ange pull maybe isn't as great as we thought it was, or Frank just has a great pull as well, or even better. I'll let you decide on that one. But that was a big concern that people would, we heard reports that if Tottenham sacked Ange, then dressing room would be in pieces. People would leave left, right and centre and nobody would want to join. Well, that hasn't been the case, I think it's really fair to say. And I liked Ange and I didn't want him to go at the time, but I look back and go, that was a bit of a false narrative that's created. So Simmons, I think, will mainly play in the number 10 role, but I think can occupy that left wing. So as much as I want us to bring in a left wing, and I think we should and hopefully will, if we don't, Simmons can play on the left-hand side. Ideally, of course, if you're ambitious, you want to get back into the top 4, want to get back in the Champions League in the automatic way. Of course, we are still in the Champions League, but you get the point, be more competitive. If you want to compete on all 4 fronts, we'll also sign a left wing. And my only squad is that we're probably going to have to take a smaller squad of the Champions League because of not meeting the homegrown quotas. At 3 we got to meet, and we only have 1, I believe. I could be wrong with that, but I know that we're missing out on several quotas. But the question is here, it's a hypothetical because there's not going to be a set in stone 11 for every game at all. What's our best midfield 3 at the moment? Because, Sarr, Bentancur and Paulinho in the last couple of games have been immense. It feels harsh to take one of them out unless Simmons starts on the left. And now at the same time you take Johnson out. A great problem to have because Simmons has to get in that team. This is a big signing. It is a statement signing, make no mistake about it. It's the equivalent of Arsenal signing Eze, without a doubt. And this is a big player. And it makes it sweeter that he was expected to go to Chelsea all window. Tottenham have come in and stole him. So this is good. It's one of those signings that I'm never under the impression that one player makes a big difference in terms of your trajectory for a season. But when you pull a player like Xavi Simmons in a club like Tottenham, all of a sudden, in my opinion, you go from an outsider in the European battle, trying to get in the latter stage of Europe, to being a real fighter amongst the top 4, 5, 6 teams in England. And that's a little bit exciting. So I think that is just puts us in a lot healthier position because the squad is still thin. And we still need to do more. If the window's shut now, I'd still be like, the signings we've made really good, and I'm not going to complain too much, but we could and should have done more. But Xavi Simmons has just changed the window. In my opinion, it's just on the spot here, it's probably changed it from a 4 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10. That's why I view it. And people would say, Harry, that's really harsh, but we've struggled with outgoings. I'm really concerned at our centre-back lack of depth at all. Only having 3 vet centre-backs is a real concern. Still having players like Ben Davies at the club. We're in a much better position, but I look at other clubs in particular. There's 4 or 5 clubs that just have more quality and depth than us. But signing like Xavi Simmons is what gets us closer to achieving Levy's goal and winning the Premier League and Champions League eventually. This is a big signing. Frank hopefully is starting to slowly be given the tools. We can't stop for deadline day. For me, we need another 2, and I don't think that's asking too much in a few days. I think a centre-back cover. Ideally, it can play centre-back and left-back because Davies, I don't want to have to run as a backup left-back. So 3 would be the cherry on top. Left-back, centre-back and left-winger. But for me, as much as I want a left-winger, I'd rather a centre-back and left-back. But I know that's incredibly unpopular amongst the fan base. But I want to focus on Xavi Simmons because he's here, he's beautiful. What an announcement video as well about picking up the phone to Tottenham. I love all the video about taking over the number 7 shirt from Son. For people who don't know, he will not play, that's definite. Will not play against Bournemouth on Saturday tomorrow. He wasn't registered in time. He had to be registered for 12 p.m, so noon, midday rather, today. So that's a no, but he'll probably be unveiled, as they say, in front of the Spurs fans. He'll be brought out and a round of applause, etc. to greet the signing. That's what I reckon anyway. But number 7 shirt for Simmons, lengthy contract, good fee, got it done. Surprised that Chelsea didn't come back and have another say, but I suppose once you have a meeting with the manager, that's the thing. I was like, once Frank gets an opportunity to pitch his project to Simmons, I just believe that it's going to happen. Even if Chelsea want him, I just think Frank seems to have a way about him to convince players. We worried we'd lose that under Ange. But thank you very much for watching this video. Get involved in the comments below how you feel about the Xavi Simmons signing. I'm absolutely over the moon. And always like, subscribe to keep up to date with the latest top news, full analysis, reaction, and podcast, videos, shorts, you know, so much coming in the next few hours. Stay tuned. Up the Spurs.